Coming up next on Action News Now at 5, the Butte County Museum attracted thousands of visitors this weekend. We'll show you some of the most popular spots. Plus, Corning native NASCAR driver Tyler Reddick won his third race in a row to start the season today, making history in the process. But first, many were left in the dark in Modoc County yesterday after a power outage affected multiple communities.
Covering Northern California. You're watching Action News Now. Coverage you can count on.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Blake Mayfield. We begin tonight with a power outage disrupting daily life in parts of Modoc County yesterday in the communities of Cow Pines, Davis Creek, and Fort Bidwell. According to the Modoc County Sheriff's Office, the outage was initially reported just after 4 p.m., leaving residents without electricity for several hours. Crews worked diligently to restore power, with their efforts resulting in the electricity coming back on by 8:15 p.m. The cause of the outage is under investigation. The Shasta Trinity National Forest is planning prescribed burns this week, with work beginning tomorrow and lasting until Friday. Prescribed burns include 375 acres of piles near Lakehead and 50 acres of piles near Lewiston and Trinity Lake. The Forest Service says those areas may close to the public for several days for public safety. For more detailed info about air quality, go to Air Now online or download the app. The Mount Shasta Ski Park announced this afternoon that it's suspending operations starting tomorrow due to low snowpack. The ski park says with a rapidly deteriorating snowpack in the forecast through March not looking promising to deliver fresh powder, they were left with no choice but to close. They say if conditions change and they receive enough snow to open, they will. But until then, they will be hoping for what they call a miracle March. And with the snowpack deteriorating on Mount Shasta, that means spring is not far off now. Meteorologist Mark Thibodeau has our forecast. Hey, Mark.
Well, good evening, Blake. We are looking at some rain rolling on through the mid and north valley as we head through the early part of the evening hours. By 9 p.m., I think we still could have a couple showers around, but you can see temperatures are going to be in the comfort zone as we head through the night, just a little bit on the damp side out there from time to time. Right around 50 Chico by 5 a.m. Monday, Redding 50 degrees. And again, we'll see some spots of rain here and there. I think as we head through the nighttime hours, it's going to be drizzly, maybe a little ground fog could show up as well, especially as we get into the early morning time frame. And then by noontime on Monday, looking pretty nice. The atmosphere is going to be settling down a little bit. 60 Chico at noontime Monday, 60 Redding, Red Bluff about 60, 59 in Willows. And again, some spot showers possible towards the coastal areas as we head towards Monday afternoon and evening. But overall, I think a lot of us are going to get away with dry weather from the Mid-Valley to the North Valley, all points in between. By 5 p.m., we're up around 60 degrees. And then we'll see by 10 p.m., note some low clouds here beginning to return. That's a little ground fog that's going to be trying to push back into the area from the coast eastward as we head through the night. And then by 5 a.m. Tuesday, temperatures mid-40s Chico, Redding about 46, Hayfork 41, Eureka 50. And again, maybe some coastal fog trying to push inland as we head through Tuesday. You can see there's some overcast in place as we head through about 10 a.m. on Tuesday. Now, as far as your rainfall goes, it's not going to be very heavy. In fact, your rainfall over the next day or so looks pretty light. We'll have a little bit of mountain snow across the Sierra, but it's not going to be a lot. This week is going to turn out pretty mild for a lot of us, and more of this, some pretty quiet weather, and we'll detail your complete forecast coming up here in just a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Mark. Dedication, commitment, and valor were recognized at the Law Enforcement and Firefighter Recognition Awards in Tehama County last night. The annual dinner was hosted last night by the Corning Exchange Club at the Corning Fire Hall and drew an estimated 150 people. Action News Now anchor Linda Watkins-Bennett emceed the event, which also included a moment of silence for the late Congressman Doug LaMalfa. There were 14 honorees who were presented with praise and plaques for their service and proclamations from State Senator Megan Daly and Assemblyman James Gallagher. There was also a raffle and silent auction to benefit the Exchange Club's effort to support the community and child abuse prevention. The Butte County Museum weekend just wrapped up. It's the annual celebration where museums, galleries, and cultural centers across Butte County open their doors with free admission. One of the most popular is the Gateway Science Museum, which has a host of interactive displays designed for children. While we were there this afternoon, the place was filled with smiling faces of boys and girls. A father of a young one shared with us why these museums are so important.
We just wanted to come out here and enjoy Free Museum Day because it's something special to learn and fun stuff to do. Yeah, and they're excited to get some free ice cream possibly out of it. So we've been getting our stamps, and we're going to try to hit all the museums today.
On a normal weekend, the Gateway Science Museum sees about 150 visitors. With the free admission, the museum estimates it's seen more than 1,000 people over the 2 days. Perhaps the most unique of all the participating locations is the one on Broadway in downtown Chico. It's inside the Bird in Hand toy store, also known as the Yo-Yo Museum. Yo-Yo championships have been held in the city plaza for years, making for a lot of history to be seen. One example is a photo of President Nixon playing with a yo-yo back in 1974, with that exact yo-yo being sold at auction for $16,000. We spoke with a visitor who remembers coming to this museum when he was just a young lad.
Growing up, I remember asking my mom to come down here. I bought my first yo-yo here. Check out all the cool history of the Yo-Yo Museum here in Chico.
There's never a cost to come inside this slice of Chico history, although they do accept donations. There's also free demonstrations and lessons, so you can become a yo-yo master. Courtney native Tyler Reddick made history today as he became the first driver in NASCAR history to win 3 straight races to open a season. The 30-year-old Reddick won the Duramax Texas Grand Prix in Austin this afternoon after winning the Daytona 500 and the Auto Trader 400 in Atlanta the past 2 weekends. Reddick was driving a Toyota Camry XSE for 23XI Racing, which is owned by NBA icon Michael Jordan and Denny Hamlin. With the win, Reddick now has 11 NASCAR Cup Series victories to his name in his career. The Chico Panthers men's soccer team beat the Pleasant Valley Vikings at Harrison Stadium in Oroville yesterday to win the NSCIF championship. This video was submitted to us by David Vieira. With the score tied at 1-1 after regulation, the game was ultimately decided in a shootout by penalty kicks. Isaac Estrada, Junior Zavala, Ryan Farrell, and Jose Cepeda all made their penalty kicks to help clinch a section title for the Chico Panthers boys soccer team for the 2nd year in a row. Congrats to the Panthers on yet another incredible season. Chico State softball delivered a perfect day at the 2026 NorCal crossover yesterday, defeating Simon Fraser and Montana State Billings to extend its strong weekend in Tracy. This photo was taken by Matt Bates. The Wildcats posted a season high in both runs in a single game and total runs in a day, scoring a combined 12 yesterday. Chico State closed out the NorCal crossover today with a rematch against Western Washington, and we'll tell you the result of that game in our shows later this evening. The FBI is investigating a possible terror attack in Austin, Texas. They say a gunman killed 2 people before police shot and killed the suspect. Later, officials searched his home, finding an Iranian flag and pictures of Iranian leaders. CBS's Jason Allen has the latest.
Video shows people taking cover inside a bar as a gunman fired shots toward them from the window of an SUV. Then, police said he parked and got out with a rifle and started firing again. Within less than a minute, 3 police officers patrolling the busy entertainment district shot and killed the gunman. Paramedics immediately started trying to save the lives of the 19 people shot. 2 of them died. 3 more were in critical condition. Sources identified the shooter to CBS News as Ndiaga Diagne, a naturalized U.S. citizen originally from Senegal.
There were indicators that on the subject and in his vehicle that indicate potential nexus to terrorism.
The gunman was wearing a sweatshirt that said "Property of Allah" and had a Quran in his vehicle. Investigators searching his home north of Austin found an Iranian flag and pictures of Iranian leaders, according to officials close to the investigation.
This is what keeps the intelligence community up at night. Not people directly associated with terrorist groups, but people who become inspired because of things that are happening in the world.
Jason Allen, CBS News in Austin, Texas.
Coming up next on Action News Now, Iranians in Southern California, home to the largest population of Iranians outside of the country, reacted to the strikes from the U.S. and Israel this weekend.
The U.S. military announced its first casualty since the start of what the Pentagon is calling Operation Epic Fury, as global reaction to the military campaign in Iran remains mixed. I'm Willie James Inman in West Palm Beach, Florida, with details.